Hi, I'm Luma. Today is April 1st, 2023. Happy April Fool's Day. We made it through March. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we made it through March. Okay, so I want to share my experience or my report, how I would translate the energetics of what we've just emerged through, what threshold we've crossed over, the big shift and the big possibilities that have opened up in front of us. A whole lot more lightness. So, wow, what a great begin to April. Epic April. Epic April. All right. So, first up, let's have a look at your human identity level merging with your higher self, merging with your soul, merging with your angelic aspect. Yeah, your big self. So, what's occurred through the month of March? All that intensity, what were you working on? Clearing some space, clearing out space between ourselves here, our human identity selves, and our higher level selves that are higher consciousness, our parts of selves that are dwelling in oneness, our eternal nature, our eternal versions of ourselves and are communicating more clearly. We got more space, less interference, clearer and more direct communication with in between our higher selves and our human identity selves. This is fantastic news. I know a lot of us have been working on this in the background, unconsciously, not even knowing what we're up to. And how do we know? We've had that deep longing, a deep yearning to go back home. You know, the deep loneliness, the deep homesickness that so many of us have felt because we have some access or some memory of that state of eternal oneness that we emerged out of and from as we came down and through and in through all the density fields and incarnated here into a human body on earth at this time. Okay, so when we retain some kind of memory of where we came from, it can be really hard to live an ordinary human life. Yeah, that deep longing, you just want to go back home. I know for me, I always thought I was like an alien dropped off on the wrong planet and I was waiting for the mothership to come and pick me back up, you know. And then I entered into states of despondency, despair. I just felt like, oh, I'm just going to be stuck here. And then I started to shut down. I started to close off some of those memories of being in that state of merged with the eternal, all that is. Yeah, because it was just too painful to feel like the difference between this level of isolation, separation, the extreme, heavy, dense limitation of living in this human incarnate form that's so vastly different from living in a state of eternal merged with oneness. Yeah. So what's happening now? Okay, so I talked about this in a couple of the other videos of cleaning out the spaces in between, clearing out the goo. It's kind of like this tar-like glue that's been sticking a lot of our layers of ourselves together. Remember, we're huge, multidimensional beings with a whole lot more than physical body. We have emotional bodies, mental bodies, spirit bodies, light bodies, sound bodies, plasma bodies, crystal bodies. We are epically huge, amazing, multidimensional beings. So a lot of those layers in between, which would have been veiled or separated, kind of like a lot of them were like cement crazy glue where you couldn't penetrate through a lot of those layers. So just memory of our other levels was just not accessible. You know, a lot of ways we could explain why that was necessary. One is like to be fully immersed in this human experience of separation. That's one explanation. Yeah. Did we choose it? Probably. This is a free will part of the universe here. So we probably chose to have this experience in some kind of way. Did we know what we were signing up for? No, probably not. Anyhow, so we may have had some of those layers of our higher selves that we did have access to. So So that might have been through dreams, through intuition. Some people have open like clairaudience, clairsentience, direct knowing, those kind of clair abilities. It may have come during meditation, when you're deeply immersed in creative work, playing music, physical activities, dancing, art making. You know, you can open those states, just kind of naturally open up, and that those higher self aspects start to flow through. Yeah. We can't always control, we haven't been able to control when that happens. Here at this level, it seemed kind of random, you know, and it can be really beautiful. We could have these gorgeous, epically high frequency states of oneness and bliss in different like spiritual highs, and then boom, we'd be knocked back down and we'd kind of feel disconnected again, right? So there are times where we could pierce through some of those veils, pierce through some of those walls, those layers that allow us, let's say it this way, allow us to have this experience of separation from the all that is. It's kind of a strange experience, and it is starting to rearrange itself. So what does it mean when your higher selves start to merge with your human identity? Your human identity starts to merge with some of these aspects of your higher self. Well, let's just say it this way. It's kind of like the codes for separation, the codes, the information that has set our system to live in a very limited range of perception, a very limited range of experience. It's like those codes are becoming obsolete. Why? Because it seems, in my estimation of what's going on and reading the phenomena the way I've been reading it for many, many, many years, is that Earth is going through a big transformation, and every life form on it, and humans are going through a big transformation. So to reunite our human selves with our big spiritual selves. Yeah. So there's, let's say, the codes of our eternal self, you know, call it your original divine blueprint. Yeah. And then there's these other codes and information and blueprints and manifest forms that we've had living in density, and we're in a very deep form of density here on Earth. And so now those codes are getting reset. They're getting rewritten. So there's a lot of codes in there that would keep us in extreme states of separation. And some of us are here, I like to think of it as like insider code rewriters. So we're kind of like busting the system, right? We're kind of going in there and rewriting the codes from the inside out, okay? And then we have our teams. Let's say a lot of us we refer to as our guides, our spirit teams, our angels, our higher selves that are our team kind of on the other side of the veil, that are still aware and conscious of the eternal nature, that have been like, you know, cheering us on here on the ground crew of like going around and trying to find, you know, those places where we can start to rewrite some of these codes of separation and depolarize, you know, in our very polarized state, depolarize it to remember our eternal oneness. And then that opens up and starts to rewrite our codes. You call it our DNA. So when I'm speaking on other of my videos about light codes, how is this information coming in? While we're perceiving it, we can perceive light codes, we can perceive a fuller spectrum of light, we can feel a fuller spectrum of sensations, because there's more permeability. Okay, so a lot of that density is clearing out. Those codes are getting rewritten, like obsolete codes of the separation program, let's call it that, of our beautiful holosphere that we live in here, is getting rewritten, cleaned out. A lot of those codes are getting deleted and creating space, for new information, new codes to come in. So that we're in a process, we could say, maybe it's a big, long process. Who knows how many years and linear years this is going to take place. But in the eternal now moment, it's all happening right now. that we're in that we've been a long time, that turnaround point. Like, we've gone as far into separation state that we're going to go to, and we like hit the emergency button, bing, and we're turning ourselves around, right? So we're doing a complete 180. And so when we're looking out in the world, and things can look very chaotic right now, very crazy, things are falling apart, because we got mixed messages, we got mixed codes coming in here. We still have some of those obsolete codes. So where are they sitting? Yeah, they're sitting here in our body. They're sitting here in our unconscious habits. Yeah, if you know astrology, take a look at where your moon is in your chart. The moon represents unconscious habits, those things, those daily routines, those things that we just habitually do and think and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat over and over and over. So boom, we're bringing some light into those areas so we can see, we can feel what those habits are, habitual feeling states. We can start being aware of that. Habitual feeling states of what? Lack, unworthiness, bitterness, resentment, blame, shame, guilt, those heavy states, right? So now we got this communication going on, higher self, layers of illuma permeable, there's more transparency, there's clearer communication coming in. What's that? Strengthens your inner knowingness, your inner compass, your inner orientation, your inner GPS, and it's reprogramming. We got some old codes in there. So those, let's say those old directions on our old GPS mechanism that would keep directing us toward trauma and drama and conflict and war and suffering, extreme suffering. It's like those that keep like directing us back into those habits that keep directing us back into those states, back into those kind of landscapes. It's like, if you ever have your GPS on your car goes like berserk and it keeps telling you to go places and you end up getting lost, and you don't, if you just like looked at the street signs and out your window, you might have just found your way quite nicely. So it's kind of like that. It's like, so kind of like knowing, like being conscious when those codes are popping up and those directions are telling you, take a detour back into the trauma zone, back into the war zone, back into the feeling like shit zone. Just be aware that that's happening. It's like, oh, thank you very much. Thank you, internal guidance system, for letting me know that I've got some old information sitting in my field, and I'm reprogramming myself. I'm choosing to have some new experiences here. I'm choosing for this vehicle to start driving in a new direction. Joyful, fun. Oh my goodness, fun. Can we have some fun here? Can we start enjoying the big cosmic joke a little bit more? Can we, please? Already? Okay. So, watch that you don't go into self-judgment, self-blame, self-harm. Just watch. If you do, whoa, a whole lot of love for yourself, a whole lot of compassion, please. A lot of compassion for yourself. We're in a huge transition. It's confusing. It's like, I don't know, like on the old computer systems, or I'm kind of dating myself here, where you had to like do this merge codes, or you had to like merge one file with another file, and it always would go super glitchy. It's kind of like that. You're trying to merge your eternal nature codes coming from your higher self aspect with your incarnate human aspect that has these codes of separation, kind of written into your hard drive, and you're merging these codes. You might feel really disoriented. What do I do when I kind of get glitchy and disoriented? And had a lot of feedback from other people that have noticed, like, whoa, our perception of time has changed. The sequencing, linear thinking, explosions in relationships, big changes coming. Like, just take a break. And just like, if you're like putting a new operating system on one of your devices, you got to just rest for a little bit. So just step back, stop forcing, stop pushing, stop making it hard on yourself. Gosh, in the kind of work I do, I see every day people are really, really hard on themselves. That's what we've learned in this, in our the programs of separation, and we don't have any help. We're disconnected from source. We don't have our memory. We don't have the big picture, and we're running around here half blinkered, half blind, shut down. It's scary. It's really scary. Okay, so another piece here, what's happening when higher self and human identity start to merge? A lot of that fear, the fear of, gosh, when you're disconnected from your eternal nature, it's scary. Life is scary. Yeah, it's heavy, it's dark. We don't know what's going on most of the time. It's really, really frightening. So we've got heavy duty layers of fear packed in, compacted, compressed in all of these beautiful multidimensional layers of ourself that would like to be more kind of open and fluid, like one of these lovely sea creatures, like a jellyfish or a sea anemone or some lovely seaweed that just, can open and flow and move and has some transparency, so light and information and sound can flow through. That all got very compressed and compacted, and fear holds it very, very rigid. So, and it created some kind of, it felt stable. That level of fear felt stable. That level of fear actually felt safe. Yeah. So we need to kind of redefine what safe and safety actually is and what actually it means. Yeah. Because we are expanding. So those layers are opening up. Yeah. They're opening up. They're more permeable. Okay. So we got the information from your higher self coming through your human identity. Yeah. And we're doing a big rewrite. Big, big, big rewrite. Okay. Don't get carried away with this. Oh my God, it's so huge. I got all this homework I have to do. I'm not like, I got to catch up. I'm way behind. No, you're right on time. It's all divine right timing, divine right order. It's all happening just at the perfect moment, at the perfect situation, age, wherever you are on the planet. It's just right. It's absolutely correct for you to be working here with the package of information that you picked up when you incarnated here. I like to think is like, before we incarnate here, we've got some options available as to how we might enter into this density field, into this earth reality field. It's a bit surprising once we land in. Yeah. And so when we come in, we pick up, I think, like a file, or a package of information, historical context, of ancestors, of earth histories, of histories of humanity, of races, all these things. We pick up that package of information. It kind of imprints in our etheric layers and helps to shape and form our physical structure. So that's the information. Those are the codes, if you were, the old codes that each of us is working with, each in a very unique way. We each have a totally unique package and set of information that we picked up and impressed upon our eternal formlessness when we incarnated here. Yeah. So that's what we're working with. So boy, it's been really a hard go for a lot of us. If you've been on here on the planet for a while, if you feel like you've recycled yourself through many incarnations here, trying to figure this out, trying to work on it slowly, a little bit, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, guess what? This is a lifetime where we can move a lot faster, right? A lot more efficiently, because we're in sync with the earth that's going through this transformation too. She's like on her return journey. Earth, Earth is Earth. Earth, has gone as far as Earth, the planet, is going to go into the density field, and she hit her emergency return button and she's on her way back. Yeah. Earth is on turning the 180, turning away from source, turning back towards source. Okay. And we're on Earth for that ride. So we are all taking care of one aspect, a lot of aspects, our piece of information that we agreed to work with. We worked with it very hard. Now, can we maybe play with this a little bit with a little more lightness? Yeah? A little more humor. Let's bring in that energy of April Fools today. Let's just let ourselves be that fool that's like stepping off into the unknown, not knowing. Like, I don't even know what I don't know. And, until I step into something with this openness, not bringing what I already know with me, not trying to bring the past in front of me to define what I'm going to have in the future. I just want to be here right now. It's like the openness, the innocence. Yeah, the innocence of the fool. Just not knowing, being willing and open to be delighted, to be surprised, to actually claim, whoa, our spiritual mastery here, all the learning that we've done, integrating it. Yeah. Now we've got our higher selves in here to help our human selves integrate this human experience more quickly. That's why it's starting to happen. Yeah. Things are going to start to become clearer, self-awareness. We can become more visible to ourselves as eternal beings, enjoying a human incarnate experience. Yeah, so that's, goodness me, boy, do we sure need some more fun and joy. So wherever you can feel that, levity, opening up some space for some new information to start to bubble up through your being. I feel it as this bubbly effervescence that can come up and start to almost like dissolve a lot of the density, the old information. There's a lot of obsolete information. And we want to also really, honor and respect, the learning, the lessons of living with such heavy duty density, with such heavy fear. Yeah. And we want to respect people wherever they are on their journey right now with being with that fear. A lot of people are, still like, they haven't done their turnaround point yet. They're still like walking away as far as they can from source, right? Those of us, we've already turned around. We're coming in the other way. We're going back to source, right? So we're past some people that have been in our lives they're still walking this way and we're going this way. We may meet and we just honor and respect every person on their journey, because it's a beautiful journey. It's an incredible journey. It's a powerful journey. Everybody has the opportunity to become a master of love here on this planet. Everybody has that opportunity. I thank you for listening to what I'm sharing today. I love all of your comments. It's really wonderful to hear your feedback, to hear that some of what I'm saying makes sense to you, helps you to make sense of your experience, and to feel that you're not alone in this transformational journey that we're on here. And again, if you've got questions, I'll just keep making more videos. Eventually, I'll probably figure out how to do a live stream so we can do some live stuff as well. And I'm here and available to work one-on-one with people as well at the moment. And just take a deep breath, keep expanding. And we're in this big expansion right now. Expanding isn't always comfortable, but just take a look. If you're here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're popping into spring and enjoying spring flowers and leaves and things springing out, and that like incredible push of spring. It's like that incredible imperative of life to just burst through. It's going to just, it's pushing, new life, new information, new ways of being, these whole new energetic structures. They're pushing through right now really strongly. And if we can kind of surrender and yield to that, it's like, thank you. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's really uncomfortable. And oh my God, what am I going to do? Where am I going to live? How am I going to make money? All those things are still there too. Yep, they're all still there. But it's like, wow, there's some new possibilities that are really opening up here right now too. So, wow, it is just starting to hail right now. It is hailing. It's hailing. Surprising, yeah? Okay, thank you so much. And I'll be back again soon with another weather report here from the lighthouse on the shores of the Sailor Sea. Thank you so much for listening.